Because guess what? The people you've been learning the Bible from, they've been lying to you.
My name is Sharah under the ISUPK, under Commanding General Yohana. I would like to give a big up to all of the generals, all of my brothers and my sisters, and my brother right here, Renee, that's supporting me.
Shalom, Lord Christ, to all my brothers. Shalom, Lord Christ, to all of my sisters. My head's covered. I'm officer and priest. I'm off of 125th, 1 West Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. And this is Straight Gate Radio, and we're about to do some reporting on a vicious murder that was done by the ICE agents in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Nothing like this has ever been done in history. This is the biggest act of ICE in history. And now they're murdering their own people in Minnesota. So the sister Sharah here that I have with me today from the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge wants to shed some light on what's been happening on her side of town. That she grew up in and that she came from. She actually seen multiple different violent acts by ICE and by the police department in Minneapolis, and she wants to share some of the things that she's witnessed and some of the things that she's seen and shed light to the world on what is happening, not just in Minneapolis, Minnesota, but all over the earth and outside of the country to the Black, Hispanic, and Native American people of America. Shalom. So I got some questions for you, sis, because I know a lot of terrible things have been happening here. You know what I'm saying? And I know you witnessed a lot of things. So I want to come straight out and ask you about December the 15th. On December the 15th, you witnessed a horrible act of violence by ICE agents against a pregnant woman. Can you tell us a little bit more about that and shed some light on what happened that day?
Okay, so on December 15th, I just happened to be in the area and noticed that all the whistles were starting to get blown. And when I walked up on the scene, they were at a car, at a vehicle, with some of our brothers and sisters in the vehicle. And they busted the window out and they were snatching people out of the vehicle. One of the people in the vehicle got away, but they got the other one. So during all of this, everything that's going on, the crowd started to get really big and people started to blow whistles and honk horns and cars were pulling in to block them in. It's, the procedure that happens around here when they come into our neighborhoods and they're not wanted. So there was a Mexican woman. I think she's either Mexican or Honduran, whatever. There was a Hispanic woman, and she was protesting like everyone else, and she's got papers to be here. She's here legally. She was protesting like everyone else, and in fact, I believe she actually belonged to a group of protesters that know their rights and the laws. So she wasn't doing anything that was out of ordinary, rather than protesting, and they ran after her and chased her down the block towards the corner of 29th and Pillsbury. That's where they attacked her and they were bringing her down. As they were bringing her down, they hadn't gotten her stomach on the ground yet. We all started to yell that she's pregnant. Stop.
Man.
She's pregnant.
So the lady was pregnant?
She was pregnant. And they still threw her on the ground, stomach first, and face down in the ground, and continued to kneel on her like they kneeled on George Floyd. And they had their knees on her, they were tasering her, and they were spraying her with nails.
Good night.
As we were screaming, she was pregnant.
So when you seen that and you were screaming, she's pregnant, they refused to let her up off of the ground or handle her with care.
I actually went up to her to try and give her a red card with her rights on it, and they pointed the gun in my face.
Good night.
I had to back up.
Salakia, so they pointed a firearm in your face. That's news to me. I didn't know that.
Yes.
Again, right? You witnessed a violent and deadly act and a murder performed in the fashion of a paid hit by yet another ICE agent yesterday. Can you tell us what happened and what that was like to experience in person?
So yesterday, on my way to work, I was caught in traffic, and I decided to step outside and see what was going on. As I stepped outside, the ICE agents were yelling. There was a lot of whistle blowing and a lot of stuff going on. The ICE agents were yelling for a lady in her vehicle to move. And they surrounded her vehicle. They started running up on her vehicle. And you could tell she was scared. As she tried to move and get out of the way, they shot her. Not once, but 3 times. They shot her.
So you saying...
They drove off. The car immediately sped off and crashed into another vehicle.
So what did it sound like when they were shooting the guns? Did it sound like fireworks? Did it sound like loud explosions? What did it sound like to you?
It sounded like gunshots. It sounded like gunshots. And at that point, I just knew she was dead. I started screaming, and I was like, no, no, no.
Wow.
I believe you can hear me on the video.
So they killed her instantly?
They killed her. They drove her body out the vehicle and around the corner to the end.
Wow.
I got a quick question for you, and it's important. Are there people instigating blacks, Hispanics, and Native American people to be violent and to riot during times like this?
Yes, there's definitely a lot of antagonizers around. In fact, if you go up and down the streets, you'll notice that bricks and all kinds of things have been strategically placed around places of business. There was, at one point, someone out here yelling, we should just burn the city down like we did with George Floyd. And nobody wants to hear that nonsense.
And this is a real question. I'm going to ask you straight up. Do you feel safe as a black woman in America?
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not.
Next question. Is the black man in America safe?
Hell no. Never has been. Not at all.
This question is a question that the whole world wants to know. Should black, Hispanic, and Native American people get mad at a situation like this and start to riot, burn stuff down, and fight for America, or should they separate from America at this point?
Considering that, we were never a part of America. We need to separate. We were never a part of any of these other cultures around here. We need to separate and we need to stand together.
Will it get worse? Will it get better?
Oh yeah, it's definitely going to get worse before Yahweh comes down to save us all.
Will it get any, it's going to get better or get worse?
It's going to get worse, way worse.
So it's going to get worse before it gets better?
Oh yeah.
What do you think is going to get worse?
I think destruction is coming. It's coming. Like this place is eventually it's going to burn.
Okay. How many of these people that you think are protesting are actually Trump supporters? Do you think that they voted for Trump? Do you think that the ones that did vote for Trump still feel the same way about Trump?
I believe that some of them probably were Trump supporters in the beginning, and I believe some of them are not anymore, any longer. Some of them probably still are. I know that the fact remains that when things like this happen, a lot of minds get changed.
Why do you think Sandra Bland, Tamir Rice, Eric Garner did not get this same type of publicity and love when they were murdered, and was it because of their race?
Okay. They didn't get the same treatment because they were black. Plain and simple. It wasn't as big of an outrage because they kill us every day. They've been doing it for centuries.
So now that it's one of their own people, somebody from their own ethnicity that was put to death, which it was a young white woman, do you think now it's getting more
way more
publicity, way more protest, way more actions? Think it's more?
Yeah.
And it's based off of
the news now. It's worldwide.
And it's based off of her just being somebody from their own demographics.
I feel like that. Yes, I do.
All right.
This question right here is the last question, but it's probably one of the most important questions to me, being that I've been an activist helping black, Hispanic, and Native American people put down the guns and the drugs and the violence in America for almost 2 decades. Do you think that Mayor Fry and Chief O'Hare are getting a taste of their own medicine now The white community is being murdered by ICE agents.
I most definitely should.